Hello, everyone. My name is Vincent and I live in China. I have been in China for 4 years now. It's a wonderful place. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is about an app that I use to learn Chinese. You can see I have a few things that are helpful for me to learn, but this app, Chinese Skill, has been a favorite of mine so far, and I have been using this app for, I don't know, about 3 years. When I first started learning Chinese, I used a different app. It's an app that I made a video about before, and that app is called Hello Chinese. Hello Chinese was good for me to get started in Chinese. It was because I wasn't sure how I was going to learn it throughout my whole Mandarin journey. I have only been teaching myself, and I never had a teacher. So I started just doing Hello Chinese. I figured I didn't know if I really wanted to study it. I started studying it because I lived in China, so I felt I needed to study. I wasn't sure if I was going to be consistent or not. And I figured using an app like something like this or Hello Chinese, I'm going to backtrack on that comment in a minute. But using an app like Hello Chinese, I should say, only takes like 5 minutes a day, and 5 minutes is not taxing at all. Shouldn't be very difficult. So I started using that app, and that's the only thing I use to study Chinese. Because even when I used Hello Chinese and I got done with the apps, with the lesson for the day, I still couldn't remember like even those 5 words, 10 words, however many words I studied. I always had to go back and review. But during that journey, it was cool to like watch myself learn some words and then pick up on some words in public when I'm out trying to communicate with people, taking care of my daily needs, grocery stores, general people, taxis and whatnot. And yeah, I was really using that app, and I tried like adding on other things as I got more into Mandarin at those beginning times, but adding on more things was just too much for me at the time, and I only stuck with Hello Chinese. Am I making this video about Hello Chinese? I will get to this Chinese Skill app in a minute. Bear with me. So, and when using Hello Chinese, I found that a little app like that was very helpful because when I finally did start to be able to handle more things, for example, a popular book that people use to study Chinese in universities called Integrated Chinese, I was able to zoom right through a lot of lessons in that book because it's already covered in Hello Chinese. So those books weren't too difficult for me after finishing Hello Chinese. So anyway, after finishing Hello Chinese, I wasn't fluent, of course. I can take care of a lot of needs. I can say a lot of sentences, but far from fluency. Some people would say they were fluent after using an app like Hello Chinese, but fluent, the meaning is not clear. It seems like what's fluent to someone is not exactly what's fluent to me, But anyways, after that app, I was able to say a lot of words and sentences, but I still had some trouble communicating here and there. So after that app, I just started using this app, Chinese Skill. And why did I start using Chinese Skill after Hello Chinese? Chinese Skill was one of those apps that I tried to use along with Hello Chinese when I was looking for other things to add on, and I found that Chinese Skill was just a lot more difficult. So if you're making your own university, use your imagination. You can look at Hello Chinese as book 1, the very beginning. Chinese Skill can be your book 2, even though it's some people start off with this app, but I found that this app introduced a lot more words, a lot more characters. It was just a lot more difficult. So I kind of browsed at it when I was looking at Hello Chinese, and I was like, oh no, I can't do 2. So I'll just finish 1 and then I'll come to this. Because what Chinese Skill this app covers is a bit different. It covers a lot of the same words as Hello Chinese, but it also adds a lot of new words, though it doesn't cover every word. Every app has its own minor differences, but yeah. And yeah, so this app I started, they recently upgraded this app, by the way, which is what I'm looking at here, the old course, because that's when I started. As I was using it, they made some upgrades, but they didn't entirely kick the old material out. I'm glad they didn't, because I was making progress. Now they might have the main course, this new course for new users. I haven't used this yet. I'm currently reviewing the old material because it's a lot of material and I have to review all the time. When I'm done reviewing that, I'm gonna start using just start going through this just for repetition. Chinese Scale is one of these apps that you can have forever. As you can see, it gives you a lot of things to do. Let's go back to the old course. I'll go there in a second. It has this travel phrase book that you can use, if you just want to pick up some sentences. I haven't used it yet. I kind of browsed at it on my old cell phone. And my new cell phone, I haven't downloaded this material because it's not important to me. I already know how to say a lot of these sentences, so.
女朋友
Yeah. How do I go back? Okay. Go back, get out of the travel phrase book. Go back to Discover. Oh, Discover is something I haven't looked at all. Wow. Is this new? I can't even review that. So let's go back to learning. Oh, home. Okay. And then I looked at the immersion things too, and you can just go through these. These are extra. I wouldn't even bother with them if you don't know the main material yet. So I'm just looking over these briefly. It's not
你
important.
好，请给我家30升93号汽油。
This one has you repeat a phrase, and then you study the words in the phrase, and like that, and then you practice your pronunciation. But these are, like I said, this app gives you a lot to do, which is why I have been using this app for 3 years or more, because it's just so much material, and even some that I haven't even looked at. Like I was surprised with this Discover. I have no idea what this is. This is the first time I ever clicked on this. Wow. When did they do this? They must have upgraded it recently. Anyway, so let's go back to learn. So I finished Chinese 1 on my own. I was consistent with using the app. I'm not sure how long it took. It took a few months at least. It took a few months for me because I always went back to review. So let's see. If you're just studying Mandarin, they have a pronunciation guide. You can just practice the opinion to get used to the sound of Chinese. I feel like that's something you could just do in one day. I would get stuck on it because once you have an idea, then you can just kind of. I mean, you can practice this stuff, but you can just get used to it during your normal study when you're learning the the lessons, when you're learning the words. So I can just show you guys one lesson just because I have finished these, so we can just look at lesson 1 so I can give you an idea about how it works. So this was my Mandarin 102 or whatever, or Mandarin 2, the second class. However you want to look at it. This was book 2 for me. So you just study this flashcard, select China. If you do it wrong, if you click the wrong one, it will tell you. I guess it just kind of wants you to guess, which you can guess just by the pictures. It'll give me a chance to answer again. America, which one is America? Okay. 美国, Statue of Liberty. Okay. Yeah, like that. It'll tell you if you did it wrong. Yeah, and it has these real people in the videos. You can watch their lips to get an idea about how to pronounce, and you can listen to. And I already showed you what it does when I click the wrong answer. I click the new answer, it gives me that little wink and the checkbox. Click the wrong answer, like you saw, it cries.
美国.
美国. You can just kind of listen and repeat. I admit my accent, it takes a while to get the accent, but when I talk to Chinese people here, even though I have an accent, they can understand me. Hell, there's been people in America who lived there for 40 years. They still have an accent. Amen. We're going to have accents. You want to get rid of your accent? What do you do in America? You go to accent training. Some people have to do that. Yeah. Or some people just figure out a way on their own. I don't know, whatever you got to do. My point is, it's okay to have an accent. When I talk to Chinese people on the phone or something, they immediately know I'm not Chinese when I speak to them in Mandarin, because my Chinese sounds weird. I have an accent. Anyway, yeah. And it teaches you how to write. I recommend just at least practicing the writing a little bit just to know the characters, so that way you'll be able to type them into a phone. As you're studying Chinese, you're going to make Chinese friends, I assume. So you'll need to talk to them in Mandarin. It's easy to meet Chinese people online if you don't have them in your neighborhood.
法国.
Yeah, so this is how these apps are. Just words, and it not only gives you words, but it gives you sentences, and it gives you a chance to speak to, and it'll try to recognize and correct your pronunciation. But yeah, as you can see, you can get used to the characters really easy. This is a lot of repetition.
韩国.
Yeah, this video is perfect. I like these kind of videos. Oh, I know Hangul. I'm just talking to you guys and getting distracted.
你好.
See, and then you kind of press the panda.
你好.
Oh, press the mic. Oh, I didn't even make her check it. It has one where you can listen to yourself. That's the one that I just clicked out of. Then it has one where it actually listens to you and shows you whether you're correct or not. So I know a lot of people might be worried about that. It will come later. I'll show you in a minute. Ni hao me goa. Okay. And then it gives you a chance to practice these 4 words that you just learned.
法国、中国、
Okay.
美国、韩国。
And I got it perfect because
你好，
yeah, and it gives you the chance to write the
你
sentences.
好，
A lot of
你
practice.
好，
A lot of practice.
你好，法国，你好，法国。
Ni hao fa go. You can repeat on your own too.
你好，法国。
And see the it shows you the pinyin at the bottom. You'll get used to pinyin after a little bit of practice.
你好，中国。
你好，中国。你好，中国。你好，美国。你好，美国。你好，美国。
Ni hao me go.
再见。
Oh, this is one where you got to listen to yourself again.
Let's see. 再见。
I don't like to listen to myself, but
再
you can
见。
do that. Maybe
再
this lesson
见。
will not have that, but I promise you, the later on in the lessons they would have a section where the app listens to you.
再见。你好。
Oh, this is it. I was worried something would be wrong with my phone and the app would get stuck. But anyway, yeah, see, I'm perfect. According to the phone, I don't have an accent, but whatever. If you can speak it to the phone well, if you can speak it to the app well, you can speak it to people well, you're just going to have a little accent.
再见。
Yeah, and that's going through the lessons. How many words did we learn? 10? Just about? Yeah. And you can kind of review, finish, and then you can do that for the day or go right to lesson 2. Each lesson, yeah. Oh, here they are, class notes. Each lesson comes with some. You can look at the class notes if you want, and just look at the grammar explanations. It'll tell you a little bit about the grammar. I guess these are kind of optional to look at, but it's helpful. And after you finish all of the lessons, lesson 1, 2, 3, you can go ahead and listen to a story time, you know.
你好，我叫王丽，我是中国人。你叫什么名字？很高兴认识你。再见。
Yeah, these should be all the lessons you learned in the basics 1, 2, and 3. Then you
你
can
好，
do some
我
reading.
叫王丽。
You can do some reading comprehension. Asking you what's her name. 她叫什么名字？她叫王丽. You'll
我是
understand
中
that
国人。
after lesson 1, 2, 3, and you can also speak each sentence and have it check your pronunciation. So that's how each lesson is set up. And then look at this at the bottom. You can always go back and review whatever you want. If you want to review the vocabulary, you pick the lesson of the vocabulary that you want to review. If you want to just review the characters, how to write the characters, you can pick the lesson The one we just went through taught us 3 characters. So Basics 1 taught us 3. What 3? I know we did middle, but we didn't write any others. Oh, it didn't teach you how to write this in there, but that's okay. It taught you how to recognize it. Easy character anyway. I don't know why during the lesson it only taught you to write this one, Joan. But whatever. No big deal. Yeah, you can review the grammar of whatever lesson. It's just going over the sentences again, really. But from doing that, I guess you'll be able to understand the grammar. This 5-minute quiz stuff I have never clicked on. I think you could even click on the middle of the panda like I just did and study some Enki style flashcards. I haven't did that either. It gives you a lot of features, but you don't have to use all of them. I think they did an overkill, but an overkill is good. So yeah, you can go through all of these. And then check this out. Once you finish the final one and you feel you're ready, you can level up and go to what I call book 3, my book 3, which is what I did. But by the time I got to book 3, I was using this app and using other resources too because my Mandarin had become pretty good. So yeah, this is just the more advanced stuff. Once you're familiar with the Chinese one of this app, and I like the advanced stuff. Let's look at Great Wall, for example. I finished this advanced stuff too, but I'm just going through it again just for a review. And check out the class notes on this one. Once you get like so advanced, then you'll be able to read little small stories like this. You won't even need this translation. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. They started giving these stories after. I don't think they give those kind of stories in mental activities. They start giving these kind of stories after. I don't know. Oh, they give them every once in a while. I remember Man's Best Friend had a cool story in the class notes. Yeah. 2 of them. Yeah, and you'll be able to read those once you make it this far. Yeah. And what else is there to this app that I didn't talk about? I went in immersion. They have these if your main language is another language, or if you are fluent in another language. Yeah, so I'm just using this to review now. Upper beginner, that's what I'm a little bit past. I'm not advanced level right now. I'm intermediate, I would say. Intermediate. Yeah. I have some intermediate textbooks, but hell, those look pretty advanced to me. Intermediate is a high level. But yeah, I just wanted to introduce you to this app, and I hope you find this video helpful. Bye-bye.